Hey, welcome back to Fitness Tennis. In today's video, I want to talk about why I got this tennis elbow. And I was really thinking hard, like tracking back right before I got the tennis elbow, what I was doing and what went wrong and what you shouldn't do like me, kind of like dumb, that's what I'm going to share. So I am the guinea pig in this case. But first, thanks for those who are making really good suggestions on my, recovery and tennis elbow, your experience, the racket recommendation. I mean, I have few YouTube channels, but this crowd that you guys are interacting with me, you guys give me so much information. I'm kind of feeding off on your feedback, so I really appreciate that. My other channels are really boring. It's like real estate stuff. Nobody says this much. So I really, I'm really enjoying this interaction. So feel free to read some of the comments on other videos too. So I was thinking about, I've been playing a while and it wasn't just the racket. It wasn't just the string. It wasn't just the technique. It was something else. There was period when I was too gung-ho about, improving my tennis. I originally thought that this channel, I'll make it from USTA 3.5 to 5.0, I just wanted to improve so much, which is the main reason. Because I was watching too many of these YouTube tutorials, instructions, all these coaches online. When you flip through the shorts, there's tons of stuff. Some, really famous coaches doing, you gotta snap the wrist, when you serve, you gotta do this, you gotta elbow up, you gotta tilt so much like Ben Shelton. There's so much information out there. And I was sort of like caught up to all that hype, all this technique, all this different coaching, and didn't really calculate in or didn't really understand my own body's ability. That's where it went wrong. So for example, I remember doing some of the shadow swings, in front of my yard. I was doing something like this. There was a kick serve tutorial. The guy was saying you want to lift up the elbow like this and drop and pronate. So this kind of motion, and I was doing too much of it without understanding my limitation. So one of the Korean YouTuber who really taught me about this concept is that he understands that the players, the professional players or high level players, there's a big difference between like people who started when they're 5 years old, when they're 10 years old, when they're 15 years old, when they're 20 years old, and people like me, I started when I was 28. So my body wasn't developed. In fact, I wasn't that athletic kind of guy. I mean, I could run, but I'm not that fast. I could hit baseball, but I'm not that good. I was just like right in the average, just average athleticism. And that's my, tennis is. I'm, USTA 3.5 rated. I used to be 4.0 because I had great partners in my looking back. I'm like, the other day, I'm like, why are these 3.5 so good these days? Is it my age? And that's the one reason why I wanted to make this channel too, because I want to stay fit. I want to be competitive and everything. But going back to the limitation, because I didn't start playing tennis when I was 10 years old. I don't have the ligaments, I don't have the strength, I don't have the eyes to see the ball, I don't have the movement, all of that. But I was doing this kind of thing from a professional player coaching. Maybe that coaching could be good for pros, but it wasn't for me. And that one Korean YouTuber tennis coach, what he was saying was this. So when they say the serve, you want to flick the wrist to create the pop. And what he was saying is they may say to pronate this much, but in reality, you as an amateur, you want to do just this much. Not this much because I already feel it. I already feel my forearm getting extended because I'm going more than I probably shouldn't be doing with tennis elbow right now. But I'll just share it. Instead of going all the way, just go a little bit, right? Because I have timing issues. So if I go so much of the things that I'm not yet familiar with, your body's gonna break down. And that's what happened, I think. And right now, serve and the backhand volleys hurt me the most. And other than that, I mean, I try to fix my toss because my toss always goes this way over my head. So I'm kind of working on that. If you see earlier video of mine, I was during a match, I still get jammed because I toss right above my head. I'm kind of doing this, you know, so I do have the shoulder issue. But I have to understand my limitation, what I can do and what I shouldn't do. If I'm exploring some different technique or different, like, you know, elbow angle or anything like that, I just need to go maybe 5% at a time, maybe 10% at a time at max. Otherwise, my body is not going to support that kind of drastic changes. If I were to do, you know, Ben Shelton serve, that big old trophy with elbow up like this, tilted like it's like bow and arrow, you know, like that, and then explosively like jump 5 feet, yeah, 5 feet, and then like land like 5 feet inside of the court. If I did that 100 times with my body, I would probably like have to retire from tennis because my body is not built to it. In fact, when I was working on jumping serve, I just couldn't do it. And because I don't have that strong of the legs, back, hip, everything. So I end up just doing the left foot roll, like a rolling serve. If here's a surface, my left foot does this. Kind of like a, kind of rolling in. That gave me a lot of body in going in momentum, so I don't have to jump on it. If I'm a junior player, I would try to learn that, but I'm not. I'm like a middle-aged, you know, very average athleticism guy. Try to enjoy the tennis. And my guess is that many of you, if you're watching this, you're probably better than me. Maybe not better than me, but my guess is that junior players aren't going to watch this old guy's painful tennis stuff. So my guess is that you guys are on the same boat as me. So, to sum this up, I need to stay within my limit, my body limit, by my body flexibility limit. And I just thought about that today because there was a little like but a short video or a photo actually. Photo of all these top players, all the top players, women players follow through. All the photos are like this, like when they hit the forehand, the elbows up, like looking like this, you know, with the like sharp eyes, with a fully turned shoulder and elbow. And I could see if I do this, if I try to hit like this all the time, something will happen. I will pull here, I'll pull my back. So my point is, if I'm gonna emulate that to get better is one idea, but if I get sick and get hurt and not be able to enjoy it like now, what's the point? So my goal will be maybe imitate that, maybe 10%, maybe my follow through can be somewhere here. I'll be happy with it. As long as I don't slap, you know, I don't do that 3-5 slapping. As long as I'm kind of following through a little bit, I'll be happy. So I have to be thoughtful about that going forward, and so that I don't get injured. Yeah. So a quick update. I decided to really skip men's night this week because I played last Thursday night, and the pain is not really going away. And the more research that I do, it needs more rest. So there's no magic bullet, as I mentioned yesterday. bone right here. That's where this muscle is connected. And my understanding is that because I was using this muscle too much, it basically pulled where the muscle meets the bone. So right now, this is like a bone bruised feel area right now where the bone is. And it's still slightly sensitive. You know, definitely the kinesio tape helped because it kind of relaxed the muscle here quite a bit. Same thing with the here too. It's a little tender, but it's not like bad feeling, you know. But I need to basically completely let the inflammation go down. And then as one of you mentioned that I need to do some light exercise, maybe some stretching exercise to strengthen other parts of the muscle without re-inflaming this. And then adding on to bigger size head racket so I don't frame the ball, because I could completely cure my elbow and then I keep framing right here on my forehand, then it's gonna come back. That's what one of you actually mentioned. So I definitely shouldn't go below 100 square inch. There's some options right now. I mean, I'm not gonna even buy rackets, right? I'm gonna just rest. I'm gonna just rest, get this fixed, and I'm thinking 2 full weeks of rest. The way it's going, I feel like I can get rid of 95% of the pain in 2 weeks. So 1.5 more week to go. I'm not gonna do a lot of exercise. I may actually just do like a leg exercise, running, and footwork, that type of thing, because that doesn't hurt my arm. But that's what I'm planning to do. But yeah, I mean, I came to a realization that there's no magic bullet when you have inflamed tennis elbow. It's going to continue. And yeah, I mean, holding the racket light is another thing that I need to keep working on, but I'm not gonna do anything right now. So that's my plan. That's all I have. So all the, you guys really, I really appreciate you guys' feedback. There's some really, really good tips that's coming through the my comment section. So I really appreciate you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well though. I hope you guys don't have tennis elbow like me. But if you're watching this in the future and you have tennis elbow, the first thing is you need to rest. Which I didn't do. I try to look for that magic bullet, guys. So don't look for magic bullet. You just gotta get that inflammation down and do something. So I'll be back. Maybe next video I'll do some, like fitness stuff, like leg work or footwork, that type of thing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Stay fit.